was connected through some intranet application to a central server at the DRDA office of the district collectorate. And this was a link for basically grievance. So grievance redressal. Someone could type in an application that the teacher is not coming on time, the hand pump is not working, the school building needs repair, and a lot of grievances. So the district collector, and especially the head of the DRDO, was very dynamic, and he thought that maybe a simple internet application could work. And our job was still the website development, so I was very happy to develop the website, hand it over to them, used to go there time and again to get 15,000 rupees the cost of developing the website. And then one day what happened was, just before the inauguration by then Chief Minister was to happen, the internet guy who had not done his job, the intranet guy, the guy who was supposed to make the software, he vanished. And he just kind of he decided to leave. Perhaps he was not as patient as I was for the money. So he said that I have nothing to do with you. You manage your inauguration and your software. I'm going. And then there was a complete crisis because the inauguration was supposed to happen. The software was not ready. And within 3 days, the poor guy, the district collector, he asked me at around 10 in the night. I had just finished my work. I had to go back. Said that, can you help us? And looking at him, and I thought that maybe what will happen to my website and what will happen to my money. So I might as well kind of help him. And we put together something which was very sketchy, but good enough for the Chief Minister to press the button and everyone to clap that, okay, this inauguration was done. But that took me to the village. For the first time I went to the village, back to the village. I spent a lot of time as a kid in the village. When I went back, the enthusiasm of people, I mean, that technology was so simple. It was so simple, I thought that maybe they are fooling everyone. But the point was that you could still get a mail, a very simple 5 lines transferred from a village to a district headquarters. Something which was so simple. I mean, it looked like maybe, why would anyone care so much about this? But the moment I went to the village, I realized the value of that very simple application. And frankly, that night I could not sleep. And moving forward, somehow I realized that that was where I should spend my time. I should kind of maybe give my life for something like that, which should solve problems. And that was where I felt that my energy can be drained, because if that simple application could solve a problem, there would be so many more things that could be done. And so this 1 minute would be like, maybe I think my colleagues have been pretty generous, so they have given me 2 minutes of their time, so I could take 4 more minutes. I'll not take more than 5 minutes from now. So what started happening was that I was still a very hardcore entrepreneur, very, very business-like, but started looking at the social aspects of technology. And from 2000 to 2003, we built a brand, won a lot of awards, and we were at the top of the world, believing that we have solved most of the problems. The governance system started to reciprocate. There were a lot of people who started to look at e-governance as a solution. And 2003, we had a few kiosks, about 9,600 of them, which were solving some problems. And the good part was that the government started to take very active interest. They set up an e-governance cell within the Ministry of IT, which was focused on providing government services at the village level. The moment someone else started replicating it, my interest was lowered, because if it is happening, why should I be where there would be a problem is already being solved? So what was the next thing? I had about 100 entrepreneurs, and I had to kind of look for some very interesting activity for them also. So I started looking at computer education. I had the computer, I had an entrepreneur, I had a trained entrepreneur by then, the guy who knew more about computers than me, more about internet than me. So why can't he or she provide basic computer education literacy to people there? And so that started to work, and that model started to work in terms of expansion, because I didn't need an MOU with the government, and we were not charging any money from them, but we did need an MOU from the government to get to a new village. That took us to places in Assam, UP, Bihar. 2006, we had about 1,000 such centers. Investments poured in, and I was again like, I felt that maybe I've done it. I'm a true entrepreneur, and by that time Ashoka had given me this tag of social entrepreneur also. So I became a social entrepreneur, and I actually kind of, that was the first time when I really realized that there was some social benefits of the work that I was doing. It was, for me, it was still like a business which was done in the villages. But I also kind of could come out of that operational day-to-day activities of Drishti, and that gave me some opportunity with some money in the bank. I was able to spend maybe about 2 months with my family in the village, which is my native village, and that was a big turning point, because I realized that all that we had done, all that we had achieved, all that the praise, the awards was nothing, because there was no major impact of the work that we had done. People were still living in poverty. They were still kind of maybe facing challenges. There were still people moving out of the village at a pace which was too rapid for the village to even kind of sustain themselves. And that changed the course. That actually really changed the course for me as an individual, and for me, for my organization, it was much more difficult, because an organization is like a vehicle, large truck which does not have a small turning radius. It is not like a nano which you can turn very quickly, but it has taken a lot of time to turn, to realize the importance of what we are trying to say, and what I mentioned while I was introducing myself. After that, it is all about, not about what the world has to offer to the village. It is about what the village needs from the world outside. And it's a very small difference, but that difference means a lot for those communities. Till then, I was the last mile. I was being considered as the last mile. We were delivering products. In 2008. We had set up a supply chain of delivering FMCG products and everything. But the moment the village starts to look at you as the first mile, like what Rang Sutra is doing, I mean, that is the time when you are really a part of that community, when you are representing them and you're not representing the world who's looking at you to push products, at times even like literally push products, services, communication, material, including the government, I would say, their programs, schemes to those communities. But the moment the community starts to expect from you, that's the time when the entire game changes. And I think like this new game that we have been playing for the last 6 years has not won us many awards, frankly, but every smile that we see in the face of a villager is a big award. So that's not a very short introduction, but yeah, thank you so much. And thanks to both of you also.
Thank you so much, Sushmita and Satya, for this initiative.